of the NFL brings us to the North Star State, where the sounds of the Yahler horn and the Skol chant echo throughout U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. At their own 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. 1st and 10.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. That one goes for 8 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
10 yards on the pickup.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there, because he took his practice work and converted it to game action, because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And when I watch him play, all I think about is the word improvement. every season in the league, he finds a way to get better and has become just as dynamic with his arm as he has with his legs. 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions in 2024. His big goal now, getting his team to a Super Bowl. Plenty of success during the regular season. Now they want to win at playoff time.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. Fights loose. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Jackson going to keep it running right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 37. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Throwing is McCarthy. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
At the 45-yard
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 6. And a Raven first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
1 yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
Another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Jackson. Right side. There's Likely with it. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
And the Baltimore first down. A gain of 15. First down, Ravens.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return.
And now out comes Minnesota.
First and 10.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Looking to put a drive together. Addison will go in motion left. Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison. Shedding the tackle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown, Ravens.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. On his loop for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Vikings,
the scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nice little juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. With the football going back to the Vikings offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And that's to the 30. It'll be second down.
The ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and 6 now. On play action. Now McCarthy. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
A 7-yard loss.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That's going deep for Bateman. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And it's still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 35, back to work on second and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
30-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Breaks the tackle, now Alley. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a second and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. In motion, the tight end. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 29, here's second down and 7. Again, it's Henry. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And that is no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread.
That keeps the score.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, first and 10. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle, Jones. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. First and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They begin with Henry. And he'll power it ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now it's Jackson. The short one there, caught by Likely. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Henry up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it again with Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
It's second and
completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
It's a gain of
59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
First down. First and 10 at the
I'm not sure how much more
35-yard
evidence
line.
they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
33-yard line.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And the Baltimore
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
They go play action with Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's 2nd down.
14-yard
well,
line.
offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Jackson now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
To throw again is Jackson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. 3rd and goal, Jackson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
First and 10.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Underneath pass here to Van Ness. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
The final shot before break. McCarthy. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
Will Riker
17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
It's a gain of
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
A gain of 11.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Going deep for Hopkins. He's got it at the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
Baltimore first down. A 41-yard gain. And a Raven first down.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Henry out of the pistol. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Second down, they go again with Henry. Powers through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Tyler
Loop now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Ravens 20.
So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. looking to put a drive together. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones.
Aaron Jones.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing is McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Wester on the return. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 91 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a 1st down.
1st and 10.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Harrison Smith.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
In motion left, Flowers. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
He's tackled.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jackson will keep it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard. That's another Baltimore first down. First
I don't know about you, but I like this call.
Line.
3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running left, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here now, a third down and 8. Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put down a side and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
To the air with McCarthy. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Henry again on second down. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Draw play. This is Henry. And he's going to burn his way forward to the 48. 127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1 yard pickup leads to 4th down.
A 2 yard gain.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Jefferson going to go in motion right. On play action. Now McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And inside give to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He's across mid.
It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. McCarthy off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. 23 yards the pickup there.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 more yards. That's another Vikings first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Luke now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Ravens.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 7.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Fighting through pressure, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Odafe Owe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going for it, here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
And they give the Jones off tackle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Let's go, man up, man up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's McCarthy. To the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
He'll start with a give to Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. End up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Keep the one screen. Hold on lane. 87's me.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
McCarthy's pass.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and a yard. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Vikings on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And the Vikings.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Complete to
only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 7.
Hey, D-line, watch the screen.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Jordan Addison.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one completes a nailer. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
13 yards on
Second
the play.
catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
More yards.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
41-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Slot man moves right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26.
15 yards.
15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Going after here, coming up.
For the extra point.
And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score.
So that drive,
Ravens
12
30,
plays in length.
Vikings 10.
And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Now Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 30 big ones.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle by Isaiah
Just a yard on the
Rodgers.
pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Henry again on 2nd down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And a Baltimore 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Makes the score, Ravens 37,
Point after, right down
Vikings
the middle.
10.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It's a gain of 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they bring it to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, this is second and a yard. A give to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
They deserve a ton of credit, because you and I both know, heck, they knew, this is a tough place to play, overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win, and here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport, because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there, but think about how wide open things are now, because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one didn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.